Kent, we got several boats in this area. We got some guys spider rigging. Looks like we got some live scoping. We got old Joel Harris with his side pulling.
Yeah.
A lot of different ways to catch fish down here, and one that we haven't even talked about is in the docks, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty darn good down here.
This lake has got a ton of marina docks.
Yes.
And dude, you know as well as I do, all those marinas are in deep water. There's a ton of shade. Where there's shade in deep water, there's always going to be some bait. And guess what? Those crappie are going to be right there with them.
Well, and you know, a lot of those marinas, they have brush piles underneath too. So.
Yeah. Hey, I scanned a few of them with my live scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of brush underneath these marina docks. I've been kind of varying my speed a little bit. Doing a little zigzag, you know?
Yeah.
You know, trying to see if, you know, the fish want it a little bit slower, or maybe they're a little bit deeper. So I just saw a school of fish, and this, I took the remote and turned the motor off. I counted 3 seconds in my head, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, and then cut it back on.
Just see if it'll drop a little bit.
And I let those baits kind of, you know, go down just a hair. So it's funny, you know, long lining is no different than any other style of crappie fishing. There's always a trick, okay?
To trigger that bite.
Right. And within your pattern, you know, we know these fish are supposed to be suspended. They're pre-spawn. You know, as the water temperature warms up, they move up. We know that's the pattern, but there's always a pattern within the pattern.
Yep.
And that's what's kind of cool, whether it's a color or it's speed or it's stopping and slowing down or, you know, making turns whatever. Yeah, turns. I mean, sometimes turns, you know, will make a huge difference. Huge difference. Like, look right here. So those aren't crappie right there. Those arches are really big. Those, you know, obviously those are probably, you know, they're probably gar, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And as big as those arches are, but if I thought those were crappie, I would pause it for 5 seconds.
Let those baits just.
Yeah, yeah. And usually for every second you pause, you get a foot as it falls.
Okay.
So, you know, if you see a school of really deep crappie, you know, and you want to say they're 10 feet below where you're fishing, pause it and count 1 1000, 2 1000 up to 10. And just see if you can't drop those baits down to those fish, you know, and trigger a strike.
Right.
Yeah. You know, these fish this time of year too, they're very, very nomadic. In other words, they roam, and they'll be in a spot one day, and as this temperature warms, they're moving. They're staying on the go. And, you know, the pattern has been the fish are off the edge of the river channel on the flats. But that can change. And that's one of the beauties of longline trolling like this is, you know, you just cover so much water so much faster.
Yep.
You know, and you put out a variety of baits and colors, and you know, you just try a few different things to try to, you know, figure out the pattern within a pattern. And when you do, man, it can be fast and furious. You know, you can get two and 3 and 4 fish on at a time, and that's when it's fun right there. That's when it's fun.
Well, especially if you've got stable weather, and like you say, some sun would be good today.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with the blades on those Pro Series.
Yeah, the sun helps with when you're fishing with these spinners. But being that it's the middle of the day and you know, the light penetration is probably at its highest point, you should still be able to catch fish on these spinners. And, you know, that's the thing I like about Crappie Magnet is he's got silver blades and gold blades, okay? And, you know, one day, you know, one blade will outcatch the other. You just got to figure that out. So I've got both on mine. I think you've got mainly the gold blades on yours.
Right,
right.